And we're back. You're tuned in to Radio Uprising, youth-produced radio, 91.3 FM WVKR Independent Radio. Our show today has been about names, identity, and clothing.
We just heard a piece about by Kari about clothing stereotypes and a piece by Shaquille and Dondre about uniforms.
We'd love to hear what you're thinking about today's show. Give us a call at 845-437-7178. Once again, that number is 845-437-7178.
In Shaquille and Dondre's piece, they interviewed some Poughkeepsie High School students about how the new dress code has affected them in its first few months of being implemented in the entire city district. In it, a youth from CMP says that the uniform code is stifling her identity. Thinking about what we've said about identity so far today, do you think that uniforms stifle identity? Why or why not?
John, what are you thinking about that?
Well, some people express their identity through clothing.
That's true.
And it would stifle their identity, I would say. Just because they're all forced to do something and they don't really have their say in what they wear.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the uniform there is. So, if it's like a uniform that you have to wear like this exact color and this exact thing.
Yeah, I think Yosef might be able to give us some insight on that.
Well, the uniforms they have, it's different for every school. Some schools, their shirts could have like one certain color like white, and another school could have a certain color like blue. But for the most part, it's a regular shirt, like polo and all that, and cargo pants, and you can wear your choice of sneakers.
Oh, interesting. Rachel, do you have to wear a uniform to school?
No, at my school we have any dress code, but I do have family members who live in Florida, and they go to a Catholic high school, and they do wear uniforms, but instead of having just the typical plain shirt and just a pair of pants, they're offered 10 different colors of shirts,
That's very nice.
long sleeves, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and khaki pants or shorts. And I think they even have to wear certain shoes. My cousins really don't like it, but I think that in some ways they're lucky because they don't always have to think about what they must wear every morning. And sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, okay, well, what'll it be today? But they have less of a choice, but I feel like it might be an advantage to them.
Yeah, I definitely had the same thoughts when I was in high school. I just thought that having a uniform, while I understand the argument that it could stifle identity and expression, I think that more so, it would be easy to get out of bed and just put on a uniform. John, I have a question for you. Going back to Kari's piece about clothing stereotypes, do you think that clothing stereotypes are prevalent in society today? When you see someone in baggy clothes, do you associate something with them? Tight clothes, business dress? What are your thoughts?
I think it is part of like our stereotypes around here. I don't try to do that, but I think they do exist.
Cool. Yosef, what do you think? Do you think that, maybe not you personally, but do people in society make clothing stereotypes?
I do sometimes make clothing stereotypes, but I'm not like with the baggy pants thing.
So, when you see someone in baggy pants, it's just
normal.
It's normal.
Even I wear baggy pants sometimes.
I definitely agree. I think that for me personally, I don't make those associations, but I have heard people be like, oh, look what she's wearing. She's not dressed very appropriately, and it's just clothing, in my opinion. What do you guys think about that?
I think personally that if I see like a girl in tight clothes, like I think that if it's dressed appropriately, it's okay. But if she's like really like just trying to show herself off, I don't think it's right. And like if I see like a man like in a suit and tie and all that going just to lunch, then I think he's just trying to show off like I have money, I'm wealthy.
That's interesting. Any other thoughts on this, John?
I think it's really depends on what the person is. Because, I mean, like the person going to lunch, maybe they just don't want to change after work.
True, if it's a lunch break. Okay, We are going to listen to a quick piece that is a piano player at the Poughkeepsie Day School. So here we go.
All right, David, please begin. Action.
That was some beautiful piano entertainment from the Poughkeepsie Day School. You're listening to Radio Uprising on 91.3 FM, WVKR, Independent Radio Poughkeepsie. We've been talking today about names, identity, clothing stereotypes, uniforms. We've had a really interesting show so far, and we'd like to thank all our callers who have shared their opinions, called in to say hi. We really appreciate all of that. And now, Madeline, what is your opinion on clothing stereotypes? Do you think that you or people around you stereotype people based on what they're wearing?
My first thing to say is, what does stereotype mean?
Stereotype is kind of like subscribing people to things that are typical in kind of like false. Ooh, that's a hard question, Madeline. Yeah, it's kind of like he wears baggy clothes, so he's a slacker, and she wears tight clothes, so she acts inappropriately.
Kind of like trying to guess at their reputation by just like
superficial things about them. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be what they wear, but yeah.
Well, I don't think it's nice to just tell someone what they are by their clothes, because maybe they're trying to use expression, which can be what they are and what they're feeling and what their personality is, but it doesn't mean that it's like if someone's wearing a shirt that says Justin Bieber and the whole school hates Justin Bieber, then maybe like they would hate that person, and they would think that they would like make fun of that person because she likes someone that most people in that school or class don't like. But
yeah,
because that happened to me once. When I was like a year ago, not really, but I used to like Justin Bieber a little bit because all my friends liked him.
I like Justin Bieber. It's fine.
And I got a shirt, and then I was one day, a few months later, I was wearing it out because it was getting a little bit small, but I just wanted to wear it anyway.
Yep.
Because I was like, oh, that's
fair.
In my closet. I just picked it, and when I went to school, they were like, "You like Justin Bieber? That's kind of stupid." And then they were being mean to me because I was wearing Justin Bieber shirt, and I don't think that people should do that because it's not really nice.
I would
and
agree.
they could be doing what I was doing, just trying to wear it out, even though they really don't like that person.
Yeah. So we shouldn't be judging people based on what they wear, whether it's a stereotype about something like subscribing their personality to a stereotype, or just a stereotype about what they like or what they don't like. So thanks, everyone. We're going to go out with another round of the Radio Uprising theme song because we just can't get enough of it. We'd like to thank Children's Media Project and all our staff and youth producers there. We'd also like to thank Vassar College, our youth DJs, and our youth DJs for the day. Does anyone else have other shout-outs?
I'd like to give a shout-out to my mom, who is a good listener, and she's always listening to the radio. And I'd also like to give a shout-out to my dad, and to my cat, and to, even though she can't really hear it because there's no radio in the garage, and to my friends, to my friend Natalie, and to my friend Marcella.
Awesome. Other shout-outs, John?
I'd like to give a shout out to my cat
Your cat.
because I know he's listening.
Great. Joseph?
I like to give a shout out to my mom because she's my right here.
Awesome. Any pets?
No.
No pets? All right. Rachel?
I'd like to give a shout out to my Uncle Joe, who just celebrated his birthday. So
Ooh, happy birthday, Uncle Joe.
Yay! And I love you very much.
All right. Well, I'd like to give a shout out to all of you guys here in studio today. It's been really fun. And to Mary Ellen, who's not here anymore, but we miss her. All right. So here is everyone's favorite Radio Uprising theme song.
Wow, CMP, WBK, wow, 91.3 FM, we here and we back, with the statistics and facts, addressing all the problems that communities have. What's the issue? Address it. We can learn from your lesson. Radio, rise and prepare for the session. We here and we back, with the statistics and facts, addressing all the problems that communities have. What's the issue? Address it. We can learn from your lesson. Radio, rise and prepare for the session. We back like we never left the premises. All these questions asked, and you know that we gon' answer it. Mention what you gotta say. Think what's on your mind all day. Everything's gonna be okay. Tune into what we say. Appealing to the teens, kids and families. 91.3 Best College TNP. Radio Uprising, drop TV. Empowerment the people, empowerment me. And I ain't talking gang related, I'm working hard as a team. I be talking to the youth, no matter the age group. Best College, CMP, WBKR 91.3 FM. We here and we back, with the statistics and facts, addressing all the problems that communities have. What's the issue?